As much as we think of India as an Asian country, it wasn't always like that for quite a while. As a matter of fact, India actually used to be part of Africa and even once was a ginormous island like Australia. But why doesn't anyone talk about this? Why don't we remember that? Well, as a matter of fact, to really know why this is like this, we have to go way back. Way. 335 million years ago. Times of giant forests, high oxygen levels, and also giant insects like Arthroplora and Magoniora. And also the time when all the landmass of the entire Earth smushed into one giant supercontinent known as Pangaea, which lasted well into the Triassic when the first dinosaurs started to appear. And in this time, the supercontinent started to divide into two giant landmasses, Eurasia in the north and Gondwana in the south. And in the south, there was India, smushed between Southeast Africa and Antarctica. And around 150 million years ago, it started to move away, with it finally separating from Gondwana about 120 million years ago, and going on an 80 million year quest to get to Asia because of tectonic plates, moving 20 centimeters every year, and closing the Tous Ocean. India this time was very different. It had some of the planet's first grass-dominated ecosystems, and also full of tropical and subtropical forests and swamps, along with isolated animals that evolved separately to ones found in southern Gondwana and also modern-day Africa and Antarctica, which were very different to what they look like today. And in this time, animals jumped on this island, which was going to become isolated for a very long time, going into a process very similar to what Australia experienced, where many animals were isolated for a very, very long time. Like the unicorn Rajasaurus, the Titanosaur Ichthyosaurus, about 5 meters tall and 40 meters long. Many land crocodiles like Indosuchus and Simosuchus, many dinosaur-eating snakes like Sanajer and Matsodia, giant devil frogs, and tons of small mammals called Gondwanaphirs, like relatives of horned monkeys and lemurs, the Canolestes, and land relatives to whales and dolphins like Indohyus and Pakicetus, as well as venomous snakes, reptiles, birds, and many others that grew apart or got on the island before and during and after the supercontinent started splitting and passing past the equator. It finally collided with Eurasia about 40 to 30 million years ago, pushing the ancient Tethys Ocean to create the Himalayas, now the highest point on Earth, with the peaks of nearly 9,000 meters high, exposing the rocks to the clouds above, absorbing vast amounts of CO2, resulting in the modern cycle of the ice ages, as well as creating what is known as the Indian monsoon, bringing life-giving rain through major rivers like the Ganges, Indus, and the Brahmaputra, creating lush tropical forests in South Asia, while the north getting blocked from the moisture, creating the arid and vast deserts like the Gobi and the Tibetan Plateau. As well as this, many creatures which were isolated on the island for millions and millions of years could finally find an escape from it and spread all across the rest of Eurasia, and even a bit of Africa, with animals from Africa and many other places migrating to the region. This explains why there's many animals from Africa in India and also Southeast Asia and the Middle East, while India was isolated for a very, very long time. And the reason why we don't really see that many animals there anymore is mostly because of us, but that's a story for another day. And even now, even if India has collided with Asia, it is still pushing into the Himalayas, about still 5 centimeters a year, with the Himalayas growing about 1 centimeter every year. So, since 2020, it has grown 6 centimeters, explaining a lot of the natural disasters that have unfortunately happened across that part of the world because of tectonic plates moving a lot. And in the future, and geologists say by 50 million years in the future, India will have completely merged into Asia. But India will not be the only one by this time. Africa will move up to close the Mediterranean Sea. Australia will go into Asia as well as the Americas, creating a whole new giant supercontinent known as Pangaea or Amasia. So if you enjoyed this video, I recommend that you subscribe for more. My channel is very small and I'd like to, have some love every once in a while. I'm very lonely, so if you could do that, please subscribe for more. See you soon!